Alrighty, so I wanted to do an account update video just because it's been several months since I've done the last one, and I've hit a couple of milestones, and this festival has been fantastic for just free rewards, free summons, and that's helped me sort of hit those milestones that I was talking about. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of update you guys on a couple of things with my account, just kind of show some of the progress off, talk about anything. Obviously, if you guys have any questions on gear or stuff that I'm using or anything like that that I show off in the video, feel free to comment. I don't mind. I'll answer it to the best of my abilities or hop back on here and look for you if I need to. But yeah, first and foremost, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is with the Percival update. We got Percival and we got Wild, which was 2 new characters, which means, you know, extra CC and everything. I was able to hit 16.6 mil box CC, which is pretty good because the other day I went through and spent 500 million gold to gain about 200,000 CC in overall in that amount of gold, which is not that much, but it's basically because like characters like I'm sure I have some here, like that's a bad set because that's like one of those free sets with perfect substat rolls or whatever. This is a good example. So I had the HP gear on all of my characters pretty much done. I had already went through and upgraded a lot of it. It's not all like perfect rolls or anything. Some of these are like the free pieces that had maxed out substats and stuff. Other pieces are just ones that I grabbed and have like sort of reworked a little bit. But I did not have all of my attack pieces done. I did not have all of my defense pieces done. I think I had about half of the box attacks done, but none of the defenses were done basically across the board. So I went through the other day and basically just did a ton of gear gacha and got all of the 3-star stones that I needed and just rolled 2% substats on all of these defense pieces and attack pieces just to see what I could get. Obviously some of them are rougher than other ones, but you know, it goes, you know, a decently long way when you do the entire box. It adds up. So the HP, is, of course, if you haven't been working on box CC, is the one to go for first. That just gives you the most CC in general. Attack should be second, and then defense is basically last, because defense does not contribute all that much. But either way, went through the entire box. Now everybody, unless it's like an SSR piece or something that I didn't have a replacement for, everybody has at least some decently upgraded, kind of sort of halfway complete rare gear set on, at the very least, which does go a long way. Like every single character has something on, so that obviously helps. But with the new characters, for example, like Percival, if you watched my video going over like who I would recommend giving the perfect HP sets that they gave out during the festival, he's one of the characters that I gave out. I gave one to, because he is the main character for 4 nights. We're moving into the 4 nights content. I assume if it's anything like Melly, that we're going to be getting several more Percival characters, if I had to guess, through the lifespan of the 4 nights content, for however much longer the game will be around for. And then for Wild as well, I should not have, but I gave a UR HP set to Hawk a long time ago for Hawk and Oslo, and I just figured it was fitting that I gave Wild, which is a character that I like a lot, but unfortunately the unit is very gimmicky and not very good, but I gave him a UR gear set as well, even though I don't know that we'll even ever get a second Wild unit. It's pretty unlikely, I would say, but either way, you know, I just gave it to him because he's new, and I tend to treat new characters a little bit better than some of the old characters in the box. There are characters that I still don't even have UR gear sets for, like Hauser. I definitely have one for Gil Thunder. I don't think I have one for Griamore. Several characters I don't have one for in general, and then there's some characters that I need an HP defense set for, but just haven't built one for. Buster, what are you doing? Anyway, so that's the new characters. 16.6 mil is great. Honestly, I wanted to stop pushing after the 13 mil mark, just because at 13 mil you get 15% HP, and that's as high as HP goes. But obviously, you know, I like playing the game. Working on my account is part of that. It's fun to work on my account and see the progress and everything, hit milestones and everything. So getting the extra attack and defense stats and stuff like that as well definitely goes a long way. It feels good to get those. It feels nice to see my, you know, CC increase. My goal at the moment is to hit 17 mil. And then I don't know how much further I'm going to actually push after that, because at this point, all of my box CC is going to be coming from new characters getting released or making UR gear sets for characters, because, I mean, I am officially done with level 100 at this point. So if I do leveling or levels and ascending, all of my characters are now level 100, which is fantastic. It feels like a huge relief to finally have all of those done. And then I actually had that done about a month ago, and then a couple of days before Percival came out, I was able to finally finish off Awakening as well, which was a big milestone for me as well, because SA coins were an even bigger bottleneck to me than SSR pendants are, because like for most people, like big whales and stuff like that who spend a lot of money on the game, they do a lot of summoning, and so they can use SSR coins or whatever to, you know, or like super awaken their box a little bit easier. But because I typically only do one rotation on banners and stuff like that, just my play style has made it a little bit longer of a process. And you will notice that I did super awakening 6 on the Suicide Liz and the Frowdrent. They're both level 100 SA6, and that's mainly like an OCD thing on my part. Like I just wanted uniformity. I wanted everybody to be SA6 level 100. It does give me a little bit more box CC, but mainly I don't use these Suicide characters almost at all. Like it's the only thing I use them for at this point is Guild Wars uses them a little bit, but other than that, like I don't use Suicide teams on my Brawl stuff. I don't use them in PvP. I don't use them for PvE content, like any sort of gimmicky stuff like that. And if I do, you can just take their gear off. You can take their costumes off. You can make them as easy to kill as you possibly can at level 100 SA6. Obviously, they're going to tank a little bit more than they should. Obviously, like you want them to die, but I don't use it anyway. I don't care. It is what it is. If you don't care about them being level 100 SA6, by all means, don't upgrade them like that. You get the best use case out of them like that, but I don't mind either way. So honestly, the milestone of having everybody SA6 is fantastic. That's like the biggest weight off my shoulders. So at this point in my career, the only thing I need to work on now is True Awakening, which is fantastic. I'm going to make sure that I have the materials in my inventory to, you know, max out a character whenever they come out as far as like level 100 SA6 goes, but I don't push for ult levels on most characters, if at all. And then I don't worry about new characters being True Awakened, because let's be honest, 1000 CC and a little bit of damage reduction isn't actually affecting too much most of the time, depending on the character, of course. Like for Arthur, for example, I think it does help a little bit with him because he's a tank character. I could potentially do it for like Percival if I wanted to, but for most of these characters, the only reason I'm True Awakening them now is because they're needed for Guild Wars, and having that extra CC does kind of matter in Guild Wars, and the damage reduction is nice because you want your characters to survive, because it's like Heroes Arena where you need to keep, you know, one team alive as long as possible, and your HPs carry over to each different team, so that does matter. But as far as I'm concerned, I only have like 11 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 characters True Awakened at this point, and there's people who have way more than me. I think Gone has like 90-ish or more, and to think about, there's like 300 characters in the game at this point, maybe even more than that. I haven't counted in a while. Having almost a third of your box True Awakened is insane to me, so I'm not comparing myself to them at all. Like, there's no point. It would just make me depressed. So I'm taking things at my own pace, you know what I mean? So as far as the box goes, that's pretty much all I have to share. The inventory stuff is also going well, I guess. I have enough to, I think this is enough. I think it takes 61 or something like that coins to Super Awakening 6 a character, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's at 1/6. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, between now and the next banner coming out, I'll have that. If not, I'll have enough to probably trade 1 or 2 True Awakening coins as well. Memory crystals are looking fine. I actually have a decent amount of SSR coins to reopen the dungeon, and I should probably start worrying about doing DK more often, so that way I can actually work on True Awakening. But SA coins are still kind of a bottleneck for that at the moment. So it just depends on how many of these I get, really. But for materials and stuff like that, I have almost enough to do another 2 relics for Ratatasker, because they don't come out very often. I keep enough to do a decent amount on the other ones as well, just in case one drops. I'm always low on cubes, because I end up trading them during the King Exchange event. But Demon Mats are taking up more inventory space than they're worth at this point. Like, I can probably cut down to just like 4 stacks of each of these, but right now I'm at 3 stacks, or 3 rows of each. But But, like I said, it's only new characters that are coming out need these materials anymore, so I can probably slim down on these, start trading some of them into for knighthood coins and stuff. SSR pendants is another thing that has exponentially just been abundant for me lately. Obviously, now that I'm not level 100 in characters anymore, I've just been, every time this gets to a full stack or more, to keep inventory space as low as I can, I consolidate these into UR pendants, and now I have 51 of them, which feels crazy, because, obviously, like, UR characters take a lot of them. LR characters take some of them? I don't remember at this point, actually. Yeah, I think they take a few of them, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I mean, I'll get to a full stack at this rate, just because I'm not using them as fast as I'm gaining them. The new Fort Solar stage has been helping with that as well. I try to keep as many XP potions as I can, so that way when a new LR drops, I'll be ready for that, which I'm going to make sure that that's still the priority. I'm not going to be True Awakening over a new LR or anything like that, because for showcases and stuff, I'd much rather have an LR. I don't think that there's much else. The only thing that I could consolidate more on inventory space is these tickets, but these are like mementos, like keepsakes. I keep one ticket from all of the collabs that I started after doing this, so I think this is the oldest one, if I'm not mistaken, so during the Mushoku Tensei one, and then the rerun for AOT, Overlord, Tower of God, and then the part 2 of Shield Hero. So that is pretty cool. They're just keepsakes more than anything. I have another one of these 15% SSR sets, but I don't know who to give it to yet, so I'm not opening it. And then for miscellaneous, I do have to have these defense Guild Wars buffs as well in my inventory. So these take up space as well, which I'm not necessarily happy with, but they're so important that I don't mind. Plus, I could expand my inventory if I really wanted to, but I hate spending gems on useless stuff like that when I'm not even full. So just is what it is more than anything. But yeah, I have 160. Yeah, 160 LR coins at the moment, LR seals. So, I have a little bit of room to grow. As far as I'm concerned, it's just going to be True Awakening stuff from here on out. So I don't know how much more often I'm going to be doing account updates or showcases or anything like that for myself. But, as of right now, it's going good. I mean, I finally hit the milestone that I wanted, which is the whole box is SA6 level 100, and obviously there's that new mechanic with True Awakening that I have to now go through every character, but that is going to take a really long time, so it's just kind of, that's not like a priority for me. It's just going to be, as it happens kind of thing. So feels great, honestly, to have that done. I think the next big milestone, of course, will be 17 mil, and that'll be fantastic whenever I hit that, but I feel like Guild Wars has given me a reason to actually push for box CC a little bit more recently, which is nice, which can be a double-edged sword with content creation, of course, because the higher my box CC gets, the more unrealistic my account is for most players to watch, and, this and that, so it can be kind of annoying in that regard. Like, I would like to be as relatable as possible, but at the same time, I like the game. I like playing this game. The only reason I make videos on it is because I enjoy the game, so if I just sit here and don't do anything with my account, I get bored, and I don't want to make videos and stuff, and I don't want to play, so ideally, I'm just going to keep working on my stuff and have fun with it as much as I can, and hopefully you guys grow with me so that way it doesn't get too unrealistic, but there's always new people coming in. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. You made it all the way to the end of the video, so if you want to like and subscribe if you haven't already, that'd be much appreciated, and I will see you guys. This should be going up on Sunday, so I'll see you guys later tonight for the news, and we'll start a whole new week.